let's cross over to another development in Kenya. Interesting times for the people of Kenya, where you have a sitting president throwing his weight behind the opposition leader. So we have William Ruto there, and we also have Raila Odinga. And on your screen are the results that are trooping in. I'm not sure if I see it clearly, but if my okay, so we have 52. Okay, it's 52.38%, and that's William Ruto. And then 46.97 also for Raila. That is the numbers that we are recording from Kenya. I have been joined by Tamsankwa Zoo. He is African journalist. I hope he's with me on via Zoom. Okay, so I have Tamsankwa, and I also have Dixon.
I can hear you clearly. Good afternoon to you and to your listeners, Annie.
Good afternoon. This is Good Afternoon Ghana. Tamsankwa, you're welcome. I also have Dixon Okongo. Dixon, are you with me? He's president, Stretchers Youth Organization. Dixon, are you with me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello. I can hear you. I'm with you.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Tamsankwa, are you in Kenya?
No, I am not in Kenya at the moment, but I'm in touch with our my colleagues who are on the ground at the counting, monitoring events. I am, as with technology these days, we no longer need to travel with our teams because I'm doing quite a number of reports, not just to Kenya, but I am as up to date as anything can be, probably better than some people in Mombasa.
Right. So tell me, you will give us an analysis of the dynamics we're seeing in Kenya. As an African journalist, how will you interpret it?
Kenyan politics, I always use Kenya and Ghana as two different poles of African politics. Mm-hmm. So what you have in Ghana is probably two political parties that have been there for quite a long time. And it's possible that from one election to the other, one political party can come into power, and then the other one, whether it's NPP or NDC, it doesn't matter. So you have those two poles within the Ghana system, which is like America or the UK with the Labour Party and the Tories and the Republicans and the Democrats. Kenya is different. Almost every election, what you have is a different coalition that is formed, because Kenyan politics are following those violent scenes that we saw, just over a decade ago after the elections between Mike Kibaki and Raila Odinga. What you are having now in Kenya is tribalized politics. So if somebody is from a certain tribe, they are likely to go with the vote for the political leadership that are from those areas. So you can pretty much tell that William Ruto, the current vice president of Kenya, will get the majority of the votes from certain parts of the country. And also depending on the political coalitions that he has formed, he wants to be able to get 25% of, of the at least 24 counties in the country. Same thing as Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is from those Obama areas. He's going to get the majority of votes, probably in the 90-something% of the votes from that particular region. Mm-hmm. And he has a coalition now with Martha, and he wants to be able to retain the support of the people in the Rift Valley. So that's how it is. Kenyan politics is very tribalized, depends on coalitions, and those coalitions are going to be different at every election. And
Did this tribal politics inform the sitting president's decision to throw his weight behind the opposition leader?
More or less, you would want to say, because President Uhuru Kenyatta, when he united as a coalition with the Jubilee, when he united with Vice President Ruto, during the last two elections, many people did not expect that a Kikuyu and a Kalinji could work together, but they didn't. And which was probably a bigger shock than President Uhuru Kenyatta putting his weight behind Raila Odinga, former prime minister. But we remember Uhuru Kenyatta's father, Jomo Kenyatta, and Raila Odinga's father, Odinga, they used to be political rivals. They worked together, then they split. They became political rivals. Mm-hmm. So you are having that legacy of the families. But remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta is going in as a coalition partner, leading that coalition that is actually now having Raila Odinga as a presidential candidate, with a lot of his own people who are contesting for Senate, who are contesting for members of parliament, who are going to be contesting for important positions within the country, within that coalition. So it's not as simple as President Uhuru Kenyatta putting his weight behind Raila Odinga as a candidate. It is what his own coalition partnership brings to the table and what benefits in terms of the share of power it is going to be in the event that Raila Odinga was going to be emerging as a winner. But as you can see, the results, the tabulations, let me clear the results, Annie, just before I head back to you. The results that you are seeing in most of the cases now, the Electoral Commission in Kenya allows people to go to the polling stations and tap and do their own parallel tabulations. They have 7 days to announce the official results. So what you are seeing is a reflection of what the media companies are getting from the ground, from the polling stations themselves, not the official results that you have from the Electoral Commission, which has 7 days to make that declaration.
Oh, I see. So these are what media houses are gathering on the ground. Not yet official results.
Every polling station, what you have are the forms 34A. I don't know what they are called in Ghana, but at the polling station, all the agents of the political parties and participants will agree, and then they sign that this is a true reflection of the results at that polling station. And those results are then posted out and they are made public. And so media companies or anybody in Kenya is allowed to do their own parallel tabulations, similar to what happens in countries like Zimbabwe. But you then can't declare that this is a winner or not the winner, because the Electoral Commission says they have the electronic transmission, but they have learned lessons from the past, so they wait for the physical copies of these forms that are coming from the polling stations and the constituencies. And then they will physically check them within the 7 days and then make the announcement. But by and large, people will be aware of what the reflection of the results is. It looks very tight at the moment, probably tighter than what most people were expecting, especially the performance of Deputy President William Ruto.
In Ghana here, we'll call it provisional results. But even if they're provisional results, are they not, too wide a gap between Ruto and Raila Odinga?
Well, there is, at the moment, you were talking about what, 5-6 million or so that have been counted. But remember, it also depends on what regions those results are coming from. Because you tend to have a massive gap between the candidates, depending on the area. If you were getting something from Kumasi, you would expect someone to be getting 96% of the vote, and you were getting something from Accra, it becomes different. So there are particular regions where the race is tight, like in Nairobi and other places, probably even going to some of the areas in the surrounding areas. But Kenya is such that that gap that you see can easily be closed depending on where the results are coming from. And with about 60% of the registered voters having attended, maybe just over 60%, you are not too far from a reflection of what the actual result is going to be. But you might want to give it a couple of hours to see how that's going to pan out.
You're right. Tamsankwa, hold on there. Let's cross over to Dixon. Dixon Okongo is currently in Kenya. Dixon, you're welcome. Good afternoon to you. So first of all, what can you tell us on the ground? What's going on the ground now?
Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Dixon from Stretchers Youth Organization, and I'm based in Kenya, currently in Mombasa County. So allow me to give perspective on where I'm coming from here in Mombasa, and maybe also give you a general perspective of the entire country.
Right.
So in Mombasa County, basically everything is calm. We can say we haven't experienced anything alarming because the voting started on smoothly yesterday around 6 a.m. in the morning, and by 5 p.m., almost all the polling stations were just shut down just for counting process to take place. And also analyzing countrywide, everything is calm, nothing is alarming, but most definitely it is expected that there are those form of misunderstanding here and there, some exchange of words here and there that might cause violence. But one thing that I can say, the government, also the Ministry of Interior, planned very well towards this election to ensure that security is provided and to ensure that the government deals with any person who might try to cause violence. So we can say everything is calm. The entire country, as a Kenya, nothing is alarming that can cause violence. There's no tension. But we know most definitely yesterday was a public holiday to give room for people just to go and vote. So today, results are just streaming in. So people are just that anxious, trying to see who will win, who will lose. So in terms of economic activities, things are gaining back. Because like yesterday, you would walk around, you see most of shops closed, you will see most of economic activities a bit dull. But today, things are trying to regain back, because still we are waiting for the presidential results, which according to the Electoral and Boundaries Commission, they have up to 7 days to announce the result who emerges as a winner. But you see, like my colleague stated previously, whatever we are seeing is from different media houses just giving results from whatever they have gathered from Form 34A. So, but the main result, presidential results, will be announced by the chair of the IEBC. So as per that, we have also we can say local seats like member of county assembly, member of National Assembly, the Senate, women representative, governor. Those one results are already coming for those who won. Some already have considered the defeat and they're accepting that we have been defeated. Some are in jubilation that actually we have won, we did our campaign well. So ideally, the bigger part, people are waiting for the presidential results. And when you have opportunity to look at the media houses, you will see that basically different media houses are giving out results that tend to differ from one media house to the other media house. Oh. And also currently, the other situation is that there's a lot of, what do we call it, misinformation, or the information that are not factual being spread. So sometimes it's become very challenging to understand where is this information coming from. So that is why we are trying to inform people that kindly ensure you verify the information before you can spread it forward. So ideally, we can say everything is calm.
Let's know the issues that took center stage in the decision to vote. Did you have economic issues to consider? How was it like? What are these issues that citizens of Kenya were considering in making a decision?
You see, the way people do go to vote in our country, Kenya, people tend to vote for their leaders based on their ethnical background or based on their tribe. Then after that, there's that people tend to come to vote because of a political party. And lastly, people might vote for somebody based on their manifesto. So a manifesto, ideally, that one comes at the third option. But people tend to vote because of this person is coming from my own tribe. We are sharing the same cultural background. So this is this one is from our own. Let's vote him in. Or people tend to vote based on the popular political party. Either this person is coming from this popular political party, however much maybe he might be having corruption cases, he might not be having issues to do with integrity, but based on the political party where this person is coming from, maybe he might be voted. So people tend not to look manifesto, but we are coming to this when we are in recovery of COVID-19. We know COVID-19 had hit our country, Kenya, and a lot of people struggle with economic activities. So people are coming when the petroleum, the fuel prices have been hiked, so people are struggling. But now people are trying to say also, you see, with this election, it was coming at a situation whereby there have been a lot of voter apathy. People are trying to ask themselves, why do we have to vote? Because however much we vote, but still life will become hard. So we can say what has helped is we ensuring that we continue empowering people, we continue ensuring that people come to vote, however much there is economic hardship. We tell them to ensure that we have good life, then that good life is in the ballot. To ensure that we have good health facility, the good health facility are in the ballot. It is our time to ensure we vote in the good leaders. They come up with policies that can resonate with the community members and policies that can try to solve the problems that our people are facing within the community.
Dixon, I will ask you to, your Zoom is going to go off anytime soon, but you can rejoin. Tamsakwa, the same with you. Rejoin the Zoom, and as you do that, we will take a breather. And when we come back, we will wrap up with Dixon and Tamsakwa as far as the Kenya election is ongoing. What results we're all getting actually are all provisional results, as we term it here in Ghana. So media houses are giving different results, considering or concerning what figures they are picking on the ground. But until the national, that's the EC, will announce what the final results are, we cannot confirm who is in the lead for now. These are all provisional results. This is Good Afternoon Ghana. We'll be back shortly. African journalist, and I also have Dixon Okongo, who is president of Stretchers Youth Organization in Kenya. Gentlemen, thank you for rejoining us. So let's wrap up what's going on. Dixon, I'll come back to you. You mentioned that issues, Kenyans voting on issues is actually number 3rd on the list. So is that supposed to mean that whatever happens in the economic life of Kenyans don't really matter who becomes the leader?
It strongly matters, and I don't know, you see, we human beings, we tend to complain. But now when we go to vote, we tend to go to vote because somebody has given us either a $1.
Okay, we're having a discussion with Tamsi Dixon Okongo, Youth Stretchers, president of Youth Stretchers Organization. I think we're having a hold on his line. Dixon, are you back? Okay.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, great. Go ahead. Go ahead and make the point you're making.
Sorry for that. So like I stated, ideally people should be voting in based on somebody's manifesto, based on the policies that you're bringing, based on the development that you're bringing on table. But most of the time we face that when it comes for voting and politics, politicians tend to come. You didn't see the politics that we are still facing in our country, Kenya. Politicians tend to come with handouts. They tend to come with some small gifts to give people so that they can vote them. Since I'm coming from either a popular political party and I'm here with $2, somebody will tend to forget that the economic challenges we are facing tend to vote you in. So that is why now we as civil society organization, our mandate is to ensure that how do we empower the community to understand the kind of leaders they are going to vote, the kind of leaders that have got questionable integrity issues, the kind of leaders that are able to come up with development agenda to ensure that the community live to a life that is.
All right. So that's Dixon who's trying to speak to us there. But let's go to Tamsakwa. Tamsakwa, can you hear me? Are you there?
I can hear you clearly, and yes.
All right. I was just speaking with, Dixon, who was, mentioning that even though economic issues play a role, it seemed to be number 3 on the list. As an African journalist, are we moving forward when it comes to issue-based elections and how we make decisions in electing our leaders? Since leadership has been a bane of African problems.
I don't think it is. It's a narrative, Annie, that probably us people in journalism have to correct. It's a narrative that's given, which is what U.S. Secretary of State, Anton Blinken was being told when he visited South Africa, that it is absolutely not the case that there is a crisis of governance in Africa. It's absolutely not the case that there is a crisis of democracy in Africa. That's just a narrative given by others on our behalf. So what happens in Kenya is the experience of the post-election violence was so bad.
Yeah.
So bad, in fact, that people in Kenya believe that only one of their own can protect them. Because that was the nature of what happened in 2007, 2008. So what most people are telling us, and I've gone around and spoken to a lot of people, they believe, the people in the western regions of Kenya will believe that Raila Odinga is a local, he understands them, he understands their issues, and they will vote for him, and he will get well over 90% of the vote in certain counties.
Right.
When you go to the to William Ruto's areas, the Kalenjins and the other people will also believe that he is the person to protect them. So the security of the person becomes the number one issue. And then when you look at the dynamics within the current top runners, whether it's Deputy President William Ruto or former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, both these men have been in government. So Raila Odinga, as Prime Minister, knows how a government works. Martha Karua was in government, that coalition government that they had. She knows how a government runs. So for the Kenyans, their policies, the economics, the challenges of government don't matter so much, because both camps in this case are people who are experienced in government. William Ruto is the deputy president to Uhuru Kenyatta. He understands where the country is now. He knows where the issues that need to be tackled. So just imagine if President Nana Akufo-Addo's deputy was contesting against maybe former President Mahama. These people will be people that have been in government before. But the primary issue in Kenya or Kenyan politics is the security of the person. People don't want to go back to the times where you were being murdered in cold blood because of your tribe, because you lost your business, you lost everything. They believe that the people who come from their own regions, the people they know, the people they've trusted over the years, are people that they should vote into office rather than what their economic issues might be in this case. Annie?
That is interesting dynamics between Kenya and Ghana, but it's very likely that the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, may be running against John Dramani Mahama should the party actually vote him as its flag bearer. So that one, you might be right about that. However, I mean, is that not a dangerous precedent for Kenya, knowing what it has been through? Why should they still be on tribal lines in making decisions of voting?
Well, it has worked for them because when you look at the Jubilee coalition when it was made, remember President Uhuru Kenyatta was taken to the ICC over those 2000 and those earlier election issues, even if he was not the presidential candidate. William Ruto too, and when they combined on that unlikely ticket, they were able to work together, and there were, of course, all those political problems when Raila Odinga challenged the elections. There was violence, but all these sides have now come together after those prayer meetings and said they don't want to see violence in Kenya because of politics anymore. So for the Kenyan people and for the political leadership, they believe that this thing has worked, which is why you saw that President Uhuru Kenyatta was able to stretch across the political divide and support Raila Odinga. I don't know what example I can give. It's like President Biden in America endorsing President Trump for the next election, if that makes sense, against maybe Kamala Harris. So that's how it is. But it is just that the hatred that was between the political leaders was transmitting and cascading to the people on the ground, and a lot of people were killing each other because of politics, because of ethnic differences. So the Kenyan leadership has decided that they want to continue forming these coalitions beyond their own ethnic lines and safeguard their own political interests and those of their regions, but make sure that there is peace afterwards. But you know what? Whoever wins, especially if Raila Odinga's side loses, they are likely to be court challenges because they have the experience of gathering all that data when there are, some electoral issues that haven't gone well. But by and large, it is peace, it is security that is at the forefront. They believe that, there will be corruption anywhere in any government.
Yeah.
They have seen that over the years, regardless of who is the leader, Annie.
Tamzakwa, I am grateful for your time. We'll definitely will engage you some more once the results are officially announced. And so, keep tabs with us because we'll be contacting you soon. Tamzakwa Zu is an African journalist. But let me wrap up with Dixon as well. Dixon Okongo. Dixon, are you there? Hello.
I'm here. Sorry that I'm having unstable internet connectivity. We understand with election, sometimes we do face internet connectivity. So just bear with me on that.
Right. So let's wrap up. You are a president of Stretchers Youth Organization. What is your expectation as an organization in this race? You look at the two leaders, and Raila is obviously older. I don't know if you have some hope in the deputy president.
Thank you so much. Yeah, as an executive director of Stretchers Youth Organization, it will be very important for me that we say we are ready to work with the leader that will be pronounced to be the president. And looking at the results, the way they are streaming in, at some point Ruto is leading, at some point Raila Odinga is leading. And like we stated previously, these results are coming from different media houses. So for us, we are very optimistic that the leader that will be elected will be announced as our president, most definitely as a leader, as a representative of civil society organization, will be very clear to work with the leader to ensure that we move the agenda of our country, Kenya, forward. But it would be very wrong for me to pronounce myself that I'm leaning on this other side or the other side, because I have to be non-partisan. I have not to pronounce myself that I'm looking forward to see this leader. But I'm very optimistic that either of them, they have been having a nice manifesto that resonate with the needs of young people, that resonate with the needs of our community, that resonate with the issues that are affecting our community. So it means it's just a matter of implementing it. Sorry. Like we do say that our country, we have good policies. The problem comes when it comes to implementation. We are looking forward that this time round things will be totally different. The leader that will be coming on board will be able to just track the manifesto and just try to remind them that this is your manifesto. These are the promises that we were given that within 100 days, you are able to implement them. Kindly can you implement? Because the leader who is coming on board is coming when our country is facing a lot of economic hardship. So the economic hardship should be an issue that need to be addressed as an emergency issue to ensure that life doesn't become difficult to most of people in our country, Kenya.
Right. Dixon, let's see how it goes between Ruto and Raila. We'll get back to you as the producers. Will be contacting as the official results are announced. For now, we will leave you to your work. We'll get back to you. Thank you. So that's Dixon Okongo. He is president of Stretchers Youth Organization. And those are some updates that we can get you from Kenya. But in the giving you provisional results, it is Ruto, that's William Ruto, who is at 52.45%. And it is interesting because this provisional results is rather against what Uhuru Kenyatta wished that he was fighting for. That is for the opposition leader Raila Odinga, who is currently at 43 I'm not sure I can see. Okay, so it's 46.91%. Okay, I can now see it. 46.91%, and that is where Raila Odinga is, as William Ruto provisional result stands as 52.46%. Interesting results coming in from Kenya. We will definitely be keeping an eye on the voters, results, and then we'll give you what will be officially announced. And then when it's announced, we'll also give you what's going on there. Someone says, good afternoon, Ani. What Uhuru and Odinga are doing stems from the two of them had a problem when they contested each other, and the result was destruction of lives and properties. And after the conflict, there was an agreement that after the tenure of Uhuru, Odinga should go, and it's what's playing out now. Ani, Africa has a long way to go, and it's a shame that our leaders are toying with our lives on the continent. Christian Ametepe from Sapeman sent that in. And this one says that for Ghana and her economy, at least the least said about it, the better. Look at Mr. Kusibua for return from Rwanda with the delegation and said that only thing Ghana is doing better than Rwanda is that we use the most expensive cars than them. Annie, Rwanda joined the Commonwealth of Nations a few years ago, but has been able to host the Conference of Commonwealth Nations this year. The question is, can Ghana host about 72 presidents and ministers from Commonwealth nations today? Christian Amatepe also sent that in. My name is Ania Frampofo. Thank you for being with me here on Good Afternoon Ghana. We'll be back.